Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to Fontana, California. If you remember this site all the way back to a few years ago for the first ever Butterball Thanksgiving Classic, we're back at California under the lights for what will be heat races, a last chance qualifier, and a 50-lap feature. Let's go over the format before we get rolling. In these heat races, you have 32 cars, 2 heat races each, so we had a 64 car entry list, 64 unique drivers, which is great to see. 13 lap heats, there will be cautions and whatnot, so if this heat ends under caution, oh well. Basically, you need to be in the top 15 in your heat race to lock yourself into the main. Only starting position in the main guaranteed will be the heat winner. You will have a front row starting spot after the 2 heats. And before the last chance qualifier, we'll do a coin flip to see whether the Heat 1 winner or the Heat 2 winner takes the pole position for the 50-lap feature. 13 lap heats. The last chance qualifier, we'll see everyone who didn't make it, so basically 16th to 32nd. Will be a 25-lap last chance qualifier. And for that, it'll be the top 12 making it in. Because obviously we can only have 42 cars in the main. So yeah, main will be 50 laps, and we should be expecting pit stops in that one. Let's see how this races, and let's get on with the show, folks. Meet your starting grid for heat number 1. On the pole in her debut is Ash Jacobson, DJ Reed to the outside. Behind them is Ricky Freeman Jr. and Shade Eves. Alex Chastain and the 41 of Jesse Turner. 38 of Alexander Rowe and the 71 Zachary DeLello. Benny King and Kev Shearer. Priya McShane and Larry Hagan. Aiden Martin, Luke Evans, Antoine Smith, and John Dilks. Jacob Edson and Gatlin Downey. 87 is going to be Stevie Wallace, and the 24, Stephen Colon. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. back in the number 59. To his inside is Zachary Bilson. Aiden Smith and Ben Foyt, and you have Spencer Anderson, and last year's winner of the Classic when it was in Texas, Ben Crouch. Will Parrish and Taylor Fry. Alex Kraft and Sam Picard. Rounding out the field, Mitchell Collins and Dylan Young. 13 laps of action will await us here from Fontana. Let's get you down to your starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
We have a field of 32 roaring to life down here, and throughout the race we will have the ticker up, but we will watch 15th. We'll watch the transfer spot because we'll be jumping around wherever in the broadcast, basically. So yeah, you'll be able to see who's in and who is out. Right on the bubble will be focused up there for the majority of this one. This track is wide. This track is fast. You're going to see a lot of action, especially through turns 3 and 4, especially in the corners. Turns 1, guys are going to be dive bombing it constantly down into the corner. This is the trouble spot on the corner. The exit of turn 4. Safer barrier only gives you so much room. The wall itself only gives you so much room. And if you're like 3-4 wide, you better lift off or figure it out. Otherwise, you're having a meet with the concrete. Ash Jacobson leading them down. We see the green. Heat 1 underway in Fontana. Already fanning out 3 and 4 wide. Aiden Martin got really loose there in the 26, but he's going to gather himself back up. And Jacobson pulling away from the field here early. Ease into second, and Reed trying to battle Turner. Almost 3 wide there for second, but Turner can't get underneath the 3. Here we come, down into turn 3. Really packed up there in the mid-pack. Taking a look here, that's Gatlin Downey in the 91. Right in the thick of things, Alexander Rowe, Kev Shearer. Freeman might hit the wall. Yes, he does. Freeman into the wall. He's going to lose a bunch of time and go backwards right to the end of the field. Jacobson pulling away. Here comes Eves now into the second, feeling the pressure from Jesse Turner on the bottom. The Kodiak Monte Carlo pushing up, and a big move. But look at this crossover. DeLello underneath the 41. Benny King getting up here in the 94 as well. But DeLello master that corner right now. And here to the inside of Turner, down into 3. Larry Hagan, a huge run into the corner. He's going to get underneath the 94 of Benny King. But Jacobson just pulling away out front, setting sail on this field. We are clean in the back. Ben King will perish in the back. Freeman has damage. Martin was pretty loose, trying to get some grip into that car. Mitchell Collins, Dylan Young started in the back. They're trying to make up some ground. Looks like Jacob Edson's starting to creep back as well, but that's right near the transfer spot because Aiden Smith had it last time by. It looks like he's passed a few more cars since we last looked. Since they last crossed the line, excuse me. Turner clear in the second. Jacobson just gone out front. Benny King up into third, and here comes Hagan working with DJ Reed and Zachary DeLello trying to fight here for the top 5. Reed is going to clear over the Big Daddy 62. Bria McShane, she's going to look to the inside of Hagan down here into turn 1. Stephen Colon up the middle possibly on them. Boy, the 22 and the 71 got really close there. Alex Chastain everywhere through that corner, trying to keep the speed underneath his Pontiac Grand Prix. E.B. Walls trying to make up time there in the 87. But now, single file, second, third, and fourth. Looks like fifth and sixth as well. Trying to break away from this pack. Trying to run down Ash Jacobson for the lead of this one. They really push up. Dylan Young scattering. Who's going to be 15th at the line? Ben Crouch we're going to look at. We'll see where he is in relation to things. He's 14th. He's in. Aiden Smith's in. Or no, excuse me, Crouch is in, Smith is out, and DeLello's out now. So DeLello and Eves falling back on the top side. They're going to get knocked out of their spots in the main right now. 4 wide here in the mid-pack. Fitzwater getting aggressive on the bottom as they scatter down the back straightaway, trying to figure out who to draft with. And Eves slipping back, not what he wants to see. Fitzwater, oh man, has to big check up there through 3 and 4. So now we look back up to the front. 3 wide. Cologne, Hagan, and Reed. This is going to be for 4th. Yes, 4th. They've caught the 45. They're in little clusters here at the front of the field. All the way back to Eves, who's 15th. And the top 15 breaking right from the pack. That's what they want to see. These guys racing hard. They need to figure it out. Get single file. Figure out who to go with if they want a spot in the main. Oh, man. 3 and 4 wide. They are racy back here. Antoine Smith, Jacob Edson battling for the lead of this one. Spencer Anderson, haven't really talked about him much of this race, trying to get up there, trying to catch back up to Crouch, Eves, McShane, and everyone up here. Luke Evans into the... Oh, my goodness. Into the 87. Big save by the 75 of Luke Evans. But all that does is send these guys back into the clutches of everyone that's outside the top 15. Luke Evans, Stevie Wallace. Made me trip over my own voice. What a piece of driving that was out of those 2 cars. Chastain pushing up. Going to keep it off the wall, though. As they settle back in. Back up to the front. Turner is there on the 45. Three-car breakaway. Everyone else scattered down now. Right here in the thick of things. The battle. That's for 15th right there between DeLello and Edson. Edson all over the back bumper of the 71. Trying to turn it down. Trying to diamond the apex at turn 4 to get underneath the 71. And it might just work. He's going to have the run off the corner and the spot. Antoine Smith, Spencer Anderson, Taylor Fry, some of the Ford Tauruses trying to get in the mix now, trying to break up the GM Pontiacs and Chevrolets. Antoine to the inside, down into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Oh, he made it stick. He had to bounce off the 43, glancing off the side of the Pontiac. Going to make that work. But now he has Spencer Anderson to his inside. Chastain slipping back, and it's real tight for 15th. Up at the front, we've had a lead change. Turner is through. Jacobson trying to fend off King, though. That 45 is planted in this heat. Oh, McShane into the wall in the back. That's going to kill her run. Not as much side damage as Freeman has, but that 15 just loses all momentum and is going to lose possibly some of the draft. Edson currently 15th. Only the top 2 in this whole cluster of cars back here is currently going to make it into the main. Now it is Antoine Smith and Spencer Anderson in the show. Luke Evans, Stevie Wallace, after their run-in, are comfortably in the show. They made that work. And it's single file up front, winding laps. 3 to go this time. Remember, up here at the front, you're racing for the pole. Do we see a look out of the 94 of Benny King? We do, to the inside, the McDonald's car trying to drive through on the bottom. To the inside of the 45. Can King make it stick? Not quite. Gonna have to side draft on the back. He's gonna, he just can't get up there in time. Gonna fall back. Now Cologne and Hagan trying to be on the offense. Down back into the corner. Here we go. 2 to go next time. Let's watch for the transfer spot. It's settling down. It's really settling down. Crouch is in. Downey's in. Antoine's in. And Anderson is in. DeLello trying to feel the pressure here in the 71. Can he do it? Into the back. Aiden Smith nearly up into the wall. They're losing time. They're losing hope. Antoine to the inside of Gatlin. Downey trying to buy himself another position. DeLello for the transfer spot. All over the back of the 98. The look out of the 71. It's all single file up front. One car was looking outside of line. I think that was the 55 of Kev Shear. But coming around, Jesse Turner leading them home to take the white flag for the transfer spot. Let's take a look. They're getting racy up here. They're really getting racy up here. Anderson's out. DeLello's in. And this might be tight, folks, because Jacob Edson might have a run on the 71. White flag is out at Fontana. Here comes Shade Eves mid-pack. They're all in. It's not worth the risk, but Shade's going to throw it up the inside of Luke anyways. Can't quite get it, though. Turner seems to be clean sailing out front. Jacobson, is there any run down into turn 3? Oh, look, back at the transfer spot. DeLello has it right now. DeLello to the outside of Antoine Smith, trying to keep in the draft of the 10. Edson, I don't think he might get there. Downey's up the track. Gatlin Downey's up the track. If he hits the wall, he can't lose that momentum. Oh, he keeps it off the wall. It's going to be a drag race with him and Edson throwing it 3 wide. But he's not going to get there. Downey is in. Edson's going to be out. And who won it? Turner held on. It got really tight there for 15th. We neglected the battle for the lead. But Jesse Turner, the Kodiak Monte Carlo for Larry Hedrick, will be on the front row. In the show, Turner, Jacobson, King, Hagan, Reed, Cologne, Shearer, Wallace, Eves, Bilson, Evans, Crouch, Antoine Smith, Zachary DeLello, and Gatlin Downey. Coming up short, Edson, Aiden Martin, Spencer Anderson, Sam Picard, Alexander Rowe. Some tough runs as Ricky Freeman Jr. and Alex Chastain. They had some great qualifying runs, but boy, they could go nowhere in that field. They dropped back early, and they just lost all their momentum. Full results there up on the side. We will go to Heat 2 in a moment.
I could go for some Butterball.
Better wait till after the race so you don't get indigestion. What?
Race on over to your local grocery store for great savings on Butterball's delicious turkey products.
I could go for some Butterball turkey bacon.
Maybe if you do a good job, you'll get some. Never mind.
Race on over to your local grocery store for great savings on Butterball's delicious turkey products.
Only from Atari. Made especially for systems from Atari. The video game that lets you help E.T. get home. Just in time for Christmas. Happy holidays from Atari.
For one day only, this Friday. H.H. Gregg opens at 4 a.m. Save 20 to 30% or more. That's 20 to 30% or more off all TVs and appliances. Plus, get 24 months no interest. Get this 24-inch LCD TV $149 after rebate. A Whirlpool front-load washer or dryer, each $399. Even this 50-inch Panasonic HD TV, $599. It all starts Friday at 4 a.m. with Doorbuster Buys.
See you at 4. That's a.m.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to coverage of the 4th annual Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We all hope you're having a good evening. 32 cars again, 13 laps again, heat number 2. Let's meet your field. The Roush Racing 1-2, William Duncan and Nelson Reeves. There, the 97 and the 99. Behind them, you have the 72, Samad Ozcan, and the 00 of Roger Ray. Alex Constantine. And the first winner here, the only winner here of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic, the inaugural winner, Brad Cheston. And you have the 28 of Preston Emmons and Gabriel Andrescu, a newcomer here to the Butterball field. Adam Mitchell, Mac Johnson in the next row. The 44, Christian Vargas, and another newcomer, Ben Nielsen in the 90. You have the 18 of Vince Freeze and another former winner. This was at Michigan in 2019. Jake Galloway, he won the second. Austin Johnson, one of the many Californians in the overall field tonight. And Carter Friesen his outside. Tib Foster and Dusty Neal in some similarly colored cars here starting in the mid-pack. The 46 of Patrick Smith and the 31 of Jay Jefferson. And then it's the 93 of Tyler McAllister and the 4 of A.J. Jones. Starting deeper in the field, Brandon Morris in the 6 and Felix Jansen in the 11. Bradley Spurleytube and Diego Yepes. Austin Delgado and Logan Cloud. Rose Henson and Earl Smith. And it's 2 Pontiacs at the back of the field, Charles Sanford and L.J. Toledo. Not waste any more time and get underway with heat number 2.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the field roars to life on the back straightaway, once again, we can take a look, we can analyze a little bit of what we learned from Heat 1. We can make the bottom stick. It's easy to stay calm in these heats. You don't want to really push it too early. And outside of that, just keep it off the wall and turn 4. You lost, only a few people hit it, or got really close to it. And what happened to them? They lost all their momentum, and we will be seeing them for 25 laps in the last chance qualifier. It'll be William Duncan and Nelson Reeves coming down here, the 97 and the 99. Duncan and Reeves. The Roush Tauruses, what can they do? Will it be a Ford victory? Will the Chevys win it like Heat 1? Or can the Pontiacs upset? Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway in Heat 2. Field spreading out just like we saw last time. Vince Freeze stuck in the middle with Christian Vargas. Top few guys trying to stay single file, trying to break away from this field. Here we go. Down into turn 3. Does Duncan keep the bottom shut? I think he will on Ozcan. Really pushing up the hill. One car. That's Alex Constantine in the 16. Look out. Can he keep it off the wall? Yes, he can. Flirting with disaster is that Pokemon Pikachu screaming on the hood. But now, coming back down, Ozcan, this time looking, not waiting around. Roger Ray ducking out as well, trying to break up Reeves and Duncan. Ozcan clear to the race lead. Ray looking for second, and I think he'll get it off the corner. 4 wide once again, deep in the field. Everybody trying to shuffle up, trying to get into the top 15. Going to watch that battle once again. Patrick Smith had it last time by. Got to get calm. Got to figure out where you need to put your car to put yourself in the best position here today. Spurleytube really close to the back of LJ Toledo. They're tight. Constantine can't keep it off the wall this time. That 16 just not sticking. And he hits the safer barrier off of turn 4. Back up at the front, we see William Duncan ducking down to the inside of Roger Ray, trying to take back P2, trying to set his sights back on Ozcan. The 71, Zachary DeLello barely missed it, but now the Marcus Auto Racing teammate showing what DeLello couldn't. Now pulling away from the field. Ray didn't like Duncan's move, says, thank you, I'll take the bottom this time into turn 3, and looks to get it back. Can't quite get it. Brad Chesson, Preston Emmons on the move. Here come the Yates cars trying to break up the Roush cars. Put some other Fords up here. Look at this. The 88 and the 22 working the bottom, working together. Adam Mitchell following suit. Hey, it's another 8. It's just not a Yates car. Ooh, getting really dicey here in the mid-pack. Jake Galloway needs to pick a line. Tim Foster, Tyler McAllister all trying to slice up here. But they're all in. Austin Johnson right now out. Brandon Morris started deep in the field as well as Diego Yepes. Look at this. They're trying to use their prowess to crack the top 15. Up at front, a tight move, but Willie D to the inside of the 72, trying to get the lead. It's going to be a drag race down to the start-finish line. Oh, I don't even know who led that lap. It's closer than a hundredth. This isn't the thousandths of a second, but they're giving it to Ozcan. What? That's the finish of the main in 50 laps. I don't think anyone can go home disappointed, but just a heat. We need to relax. We need to calm down just a little bit. McAllister, everybody bunched up down here. It's like the top 12 breaking away, and now everyone trying to shuffle back in here deep in the field. Andrescu, Gavril, he's dropping back. The 50, not what Gavril wants to see is, oh man, he got Tib Foster arrow loose. Sent the 14 right up into the wall. Tib is going to be furious about that one. Federated Auto Parts needs to take a trip to the shop. That car is beat up. Tib's probably going to have to go to the LCQ. Up at the front, getting racing once again. Roger going to take second. Reeves trying to get back underneath Cheston. Mitchell and Emmons slip back just a little bit. Gavril's currently in the show at the line, but now he's gotten passed by a bunch of cars. Mac Johnson, Rose Henson, Logan Clouds all gotten by him. Carter Friesen, I think, as well. Back up to the front. Reeves underneath the 88. Cars are similar. We got a few cars here with the orange spoilers and the orange roof numbers, kind of harkening back to the Noble days, but, you know, there's so many different cars out here. It just really helps out the spotters, seeing them orange numbers. Reeves, Mitchell, Cheston, all battling it out here for 4th place. Roger Ray looking for second, can't quite get it. Carter Friesen, last time by, has the transfer spot. Looks like they're getting settled down in the midfield. Top 16 kind of broken away. Look back, it's Rose, Mac Johnson, Austin Delgado, and everybody else mired back here. They got to get single file and close up like they did in heat number 1. Back up to the top 15 if they want a shot at it, and that's exactly what at least these couple cars in the front are doing. Rose has got a big head of steam on Cloud. Is there momentum? Is there enough time to get underneath into 1? Yes, there is. The 25 digging on the bottom, trying to get by the 58. This is the only for 16, not 15. Not in the show. They got to wait until the 6 and the 85 figure it out. For one of them gets up to those two. Up at the front, Ozcan and Ray putting on a show for these fans, battling it out for second. The Fords back here as well. Dusty Neal, haven't really mentioned him too much today. Solidly in the show. Tyler McAllister doing a decent job in the 93 as well. Patrick Smith, Jake Galloway looking to make another classic. He's in. I'm not sure. I know Jake and his brother Oliver were around for the first time at Fontana. I'm not sure if either one made the show, because I want to say the 41 of Oliver, if I remember correctly. It was either Oliver or Jake. One of them was in the 41, and I know it was involved in a crash, but that's honestly all I can remember. But Jake has been in the last two, and obviously won Michigan a few years ago. Ray all over the back bumper of Duncan. The Pontiac hounding, chasing the John Deere. On the hood of the 97. Does Roger duck out into 1, or is Ozcan going to prove too much of a challenge? Ozcan will. Here comes Samet, the Swede, underneath the Californian. And Ozcan's going for the lead, trying to make a double overtake at Fontana. Oh, he can't quite do it. He can't quite get there. But Duncan really woed up in the corner. And boy, Nelson Reeves going to have a big run down into 3. Does he send it? Yes, he does. Dive bomb Nelson Reeves. And look at this. The 99. Oh, he just can't get there. He can't get there. And here we go for the transfer spot. McAllister in the hot seat. Morris in the hot seat. Rose Henson trying to crack it in. Can Delgado and Cloud, A.J. Jones, veterans of classics before, can they make it in? Or will they have to go to the 25 laps coming up after this? We'll wait and see. At the front, Roger Ray wants that front row starting spot, but so does Oskin. He's throwing it 3 wide for the race lead if he can get there down into 3. And he will. We're 3 wide at Fontana for the race lead in a heat race. So Matt can't quite do it. Duncan gonna have a big head of steam off the corner. He keeps it off the wall. Ray trying to work the middle. Who's gonna get it down to the line? It's gonna be tight again. Duncan leads this time. 2 to go. We gotta look at the transfer spot. Morris has it. Not comfortably though. Rose is in comfortably. McAllister's in comfortably. But boy, the 66 got pushed up by the 60. Earl Smith, we haven't mentioned him all night, but Earl Smith trying to sneak his way into the show. Power team trying to power it in here. Up at the front, Roger pulling away, coming to the white flag. They're dicing for second. Reeves, Freeze, Patrick Smith, they're going crazy back here. White flag this time by. Rose had the transfer spot last time by. Cloud, I think everyone back here is going to be too far, too late. Cloud, 16th. Does he have anything on Rose? I don't know. We'll wait and see. We're going to watch the front this time. It's not that close back there. Roger pulling away. Duncan second. Oskin and Neal fighting for third. Neal with a big run off the top. But who has the momentum through turn 3? Reeves trying to look underneath Emmons. Neal is going to clear the 72. And Reeves, do we see another dive bomb out of the 99 underneath the 72? Not going to get there. Now it's Galloway. Rose has gotten past the 25, and now the 23 is going to have to hold off Logan Cloud to make the show, but Roger Ray will put himself on the front row. He wins heat number 2. And Jake Galloway hangs on to make yet another Butterball Thanksgiving Classic over Logan Cloud. The 58 will be in the LCQ. There's your finishing results. It's going to be Ray, Duncan, Neal, Oskin, Freeze, Reeves, Yepes, Emmons, Mitchell, Patrick Smith, Cheston, Freeze, and McAllister, Henson, and Galloway in the show. Everyone else, 16th on down, you will see up next in the Last Chance Qualifier. While we are here, like I said, I will do it before the Last Chance Qualifier. Let's do a coin flip. Heads is going to be heat 1. Tails is going to be heat 2. Who gets the pole? It is heads. Jesse Turner will be on the pole for the 50-lap feature. Roger Ray will start to his outside. Everyone else, I think, in the field will re-qualify. Possibly. I'm not sure. I actually didn't think that far, so let's go to your Last Chance Qualifier in just a moment, see who the rest of the 42-car field will be.
Christmas shopping is rough on the feet. By the time we were through, I was really beat. Finished the list, my wife said we're set. Now I wanted a cigarette. Where were mine? Out in the car. She said, tell me how you think these are. Viceroy? That's a change for you.
Try them. You change too.
She said Viceroy tastes the way you'd like a filter cigarette to taste. Not too strong, not too light. Viceroy's got
The taste that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, Christmas morning was merry and bright. The perfect gift, the taste that's right. Now I know, and I'll take all bets, if you smoke all 7 filter cigarettes, you'll find some too strong, some too light. But Viceroy's got the deep weave filter and the taste that's right. Not too strong, not too light. Viceroy's got the taste that's right.
Hi, we're Ocean Spray Cranberry Growers, and we're here to talk to you about the holidays.
Right. And what would the holidays be without Ocean Spray? It's the perfect time to enjoy all of our products, like our juice or famous cranberry sauce, with your turkey dinner.
On oceanspray.com, you'll find lots of recipes and planning tips to make the holidays special.
So enjoy your holidays. Oh, and no turkeys were hurt during the making of this message.
Yet. Enjoy the sight.
There's only one man who can tell the world all that goes on in pro wrestling.
I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you, this number's for you. Come on, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it. Come on.
I got a right to make one phone call, and so do you.
Lou Albano's Wrestling Hotline, available until further notice or a hearing. Call now, $1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
And we're back here at California. Last chance qualifier time, folks. 25 laps of action here. Top 12 make it in. Let's take a look and see where everyone lines up. Mac Johnson starting on the pole. Sam Picard to his outside. Then it is Nielsen, Loud, Spurley Tube, Earl Smith, McShane, Fry, Sanford, Rowe, Aiden Smith, Anderson, Morris, Andrescu, Hoyt, Jones, Collins, Jansen, Freeman, Constantine, Parrish, Martin, Young, Dilks, Jefferson, Johnson, Foster, Kraft, Vargas, Toledo, Chastain, Edson, Delgado, and Fitzwater. Like I said, 25 laps all these guys have to make it into the 4th annual Butterball Thanksgiving Classic feature. Let's get your command.
Drivers, start your engines!
So the field will roar to life, and this one is bound to be interesting. Logan Cloud was really close to making it. I think he was just one spot out. I want to say duel 2, right? I think he was in heat 2. One spot out, so we know that 58 is fast. We know Edson is fast, but Edson, bad luck of the draw. I mean, this is just a random lineup. Edson caught here in the back of the pack. What can he do? How much action will we see? They know it's all or nothing now in this heat. Are we going to see guys prone to be taking more risks? Are we going to see them play a conservative if they're toward the top 12? Are they going to go all out, even for glory, and call themselves a last chance qualifier winner? 25 laps of action ahead of us. Mac Johnson, the Miller Lite Ford, heading down. The Skull Bandit, Sam Picard to his outside. The green is out. What happens here next at California? We'll watch 12th on the ticker. And already, look at this, 4x4 through turns 1 and 2. Almost 5 wide. Charles Sanford all over the 78 side as they come through 1 and 2, trying to make up time early. And this is very tight in this pack. 3x3. If you're Felix Jansen, Gabriel Andrescu, Ricky Freeman Jr., you don't know where you want to be because it is tight. 5 wide. Mitchell Collins pushing up. Picard's already in the wall. Ben Nielsen hitting the wall. Ben Nielsen hooked by Spurley Tube. They're all spinning. Jefferson's in it. Ben Foyt's in it. Foster's got damage. Spurley's in it. One car around, that's Will Parrish. Toledo may have gotten by with not a lot of damage. Fitzwater might be okay. Spurley Tube doesn't have too much damage. Delgado's got some heavy front end damage. Ben Foyt, heavy damage. Dylan Young looks relatively okay. Mac led them back, but we're under caution here early. Who else is involved? Oh no, LJ didn't make it through. LJ's got a ton of side damage all the way down to the roll bar. Nielsen looks... Oh, left side's got some damage. Spurley's got big damage. Alex Kraft has got a piece of it. I think Tibb got some. Alex Chastain may have gotten some. I know Jay Jefferson got some. Oh boy, folks, this has gotten really interesting really early as everybody crawls around, waiting around for the pace car. We will get them back green in a moment. Let's take a look and see what happened. Slow motion from high above. Sam Picard was falling back on the way outside. You see AJ Jones, Felix Jansen getting pinched up there. Picard and Nielsen way up, just out of the groove, just nowhere to go. And Picard just has lost all grip at this point and hits the wall off of turn 4. Loses a ton of speed. And Ben Nielsen's going to get into the back of him, but Spurley trying to save himself, hits those two closing cars, spins Nielsen down the hill into Dylan Young, hooking those two around. That catches Dilks. That's how Will Parrish got sent around there. Also spun in the back as well. But Nielsen got just left side tires jacked up off the ground when LJ Toledo hit him. But that's how Sperling Young were spun around. We saw they also had a chain reaction wreck in the back involving Fitzwater. Everybody comes through. Nielsen lucky not to hit Ben Foyt right there. Will Parrish stuck sliding down. He's going to be all right. He got tagged by John Dilks, but I don't think anybody ever hit the 9, so Parrish should be okay. Let's also take a look, see what happened toward the back, I think with Alex Kraft and Zachary Fitzwater. So looking back here toward the back of the field, Ben Foyt gets up the hill a little bit. Here comes Alex Kraft in the 47, right underneath them. They see them racking in front of them, and Kraft does not lift in time. Gets into the back of the 1, sends him down the hill into the 36 and the 59. Austin Delgado really lucky to avoid hitting that spinning 59, but nowhere to go with Ben Foyt coming up the hill, and that's how the 1 and the 66 got the majority of their damage, hitting that outside wall. So tough break for them. Don't know if anybody is going to fall out of the race after this one, but these incidents, they're going to pile up and really hurt some of the performance of these race cars. We'll get an onboard or two and then take it back to the green. Right in the thick of things was LJ Toledo. Nowhere to go. He got hit by behind and then just sent right up into the 90. Tough break for him. Everybody else spinning around, but really tough break for the 36 team. Nowhere to go. Tries to save it. Gasses up and just, big hit in the outside wall there with the 22 and the 66. So, like I said, man, it's really close to that 90 there. But Ben Foyt, he might have gotten the worst out of all of that, I'd say, there off of turn 4. Welcome back to coverage of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic, the 4th annual one. Still in the last chance qualifier. We just got started. Big wreck after lap 1. That saw Ben Foyt is out of the race after that one. LJ Toledo looks like he got some of his damage repaired. Jay Jefferson, Riley Spurley-Tube, Alex Kraft, Alex Chastain, Dylan Young, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and Austin Delgado. I think a good amount of them pit. It doesn't look like Delgado is pit. I don't think Ben Nielsen pit, and Will Parrish really didn't need to. He's just going to have scuffed tires after his spin. Currently, your top 12 that are in: Mac Johnson, Logan Cloud, Taylor Fry, Charles Sanford, Aiden Smith, Earl Smith, Brandon Morris, Priya McShane, AJ Jones, Spencer Anderson, Felix Jansen, and Ricky Freeman Jr. Go back to green with 20 to go left in this last chance qualifier. We got a lot of time left, but like I mentioned in the pre-race, a lot of these drivers don't want to hold anything back here in this last chance qualifier. They want the glory of being a Butterball Thanksgiving Classic starter and contending for the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic overall victory. But Mac Johnson leads them back around. Cloud, Fry, Sanford going to be hot on his tail. It's a Ford top 3. The Pontiac and Chevy behind. Here we go. Back to green at California. Sanford looks high. Fry looking low on Cloud. What goes down this time on this restart? Fry looks just like I thought he would. He got a really good launch, but he waited. He tucked behind the 58. Waited for just the right opportunity to get underneath him and take second away. Clean sailing up ahead for Mac Johnson. Fry pressuring Cloud. Doesn't want to give him any sniff of the inside as they come through 3 and 4. Much more spread out this time, but we still got a lot of drivers pushing up. Sanford, Earl Smith chasing it up the hill, but they're going to keep it off the wall. I think the entire field will. Anybody real have to... we got a whole pack of damaged cars, it looks like, back here. Dylan Young on back. A lot of these drivers are wounded, and it's going to really hurt their performance. They might be done for unless we get a big accident here that wipes out more of the competition. Got a bunch of guys pushing up. Sanford, Brandon Morris losing time on the top. Giving spots for guys like Priya McShane, Felix Jansen, Mitchell Collins on the inside as well. Collins really didn't do too much in his heat. He started toward the back, but now, last chance qualifier, he's got the opportunity to make up some ground, and he has done just that. Sanford pushing up. He hits the wall hard this time. off the corner. Spencer Anderson's going to get held up by the 0-5, and even held up even further. Sanford blocking, trying to negate his losses, but the Delco Remy Pontiac is just destroyed. Just a big wallop on the right side. And Sanford might be done for as Alex Kraft pushing up the hill. They are very tight here in turn 2. Look out. 5 wide through the corner. You usually see that in 3 and 4. You don't usually see that in 1 and 2, but Alex Kraft is furious after getting caught out in that early incident. Nothing really of his own doing. He just got caught with the back of Ben Foyt, who was checking up. And now trying to negate his losses, work his way back up the grid. Oh, Sanford into the wall again. He is furious. Vargas, oh man, something might have gone really wrong in the 44. He couldn't get it off the wall that time. That's really going to hurt the Hot Wheels Pontiac. Back up to the front. Like grip might be a little loose here in 1 and 2 as we get further on into the night. Fitzwater was really pushing up there in the 60. Currently, P12 is going to be the 21 of Austin Johnson, battling Freeman Jr. for the spot. Or no, excuse me, it'd be Alexander Rowe. Rowe's in 12th right now. Up at the front, Mitchell Collins pushing Felix Jansen up the track. Jansen's going to hit the wall and going to lose a ton of time in the 11. And he's going to get sent back probably to 12th, if not further. If he can't get in line, seems like we got a big draft line forming. Single file throughout most of the front of this field. Fry looking back to get third on Aiden Smith. Slide job. He can't quite get it, but Aiden Smith walks it up the hill. He's going to be 3 wide outside with McShane and Collins to his inside. The racing is intense here. Mac Johnson pulling away out front. Logan Cloud looking to be comfortable. Fry looking to be comfortable now that he's gotten back around the 89. John Dilks working his way up into the field. Brandon Morris trying to buy himself a few more positions. Smith dances with disaster once again on that outside wall. Further back, Alex Kraft losing more ground. Ben Nielsen doesn't have too much speed anymore. Jefferson, Picard, Toledo. Doesn't seem like anybody is severely off the pace, but we definitely have a bunch of wounded cars here at Fontana. This time, Tim Foster looking on the bottom, trying to get underneath John Dilks and Brandon Morris and others. Foster in the 14. Remember, he caught the wall in his heat. He was running pretty good until he caught the outside turn 2 wall. Fell back, got sent to the LCQ, and now trying to prove that he has the power to get into the show. Collins hits the wall even before corner exit. Nearly into the 89. That could have been a wreck. Fitzy caught the wall, I think, as well. Look out. Earl Smith, A.J. Jones really had to check up there. Tough break for the 59, but Collins as well. He might fall out of the top 12 here. Currently, it was Aiden Smith. That was... So, yeah. Yeah, Collins is way falling out of this. Aiden Smith's now falling out of this. I'm not even sure where 12th is anymore. It's Austin Johnson! Nearly into the left rear of Ricky Freeman Jr. That was very tight between the 21 and the 0-1. Johnson, one of the many drivers from California, looking to make the show in his home state. I think he's been in a classic before, if I'm not mistaken. Spencer Anderson all over Alex Constantine. Crash Bandicoot versus Pikachu here. Who's your favorite video game series? But Will Parrish, remember, he spun earlier. I don't know if he came down pit road or not, but if he's doing that on some bald tires, really good work out of the 9 car. Atlanta Braves World Series champions this year. That's how they jumped on the 9. Said, yeah, we ran that scheme for them about 22 odd years ago. We'll do it. Obviously, we're running the 1999 cars halfway in the last chance qualifier. It's still Mac Johnson out front. Looks like Logan Clouds fell down the order a bit after he got passed by Taylor Fry and Aiden Martin. John Dilk comfortably in 5th. Tim Foster, Felix Jansen, who hit the wall, didn't fall back as far as I thought he would, and running comfortably there in 7th. Parrish, McShane, Freeman, Rowe, and Austin Johnson, your top 12. So Aiden Smith, Brandon Morris, Mitchell Collins looking to race in. Gabriel Andrescu, really haven't mentioned him a lot tonight. One of the few rookies. I mean, Tyler McAllister, I know, is one of the rookies that made it into the main. Andrescu looking to do the same in the 50, but possibly waiting around just a little bit, biding his time, wants to put himself in the best position possible to be in the top 12 when everything's said and done. Parrish down to 12th now. Tires possibly wearing faster than some of these other guys. Here comes Aiden Martin for 2nd on the 78. Let's go on board the 26. See, they really run that upper lanes there, especially through the corners, so they want to carry the most speed they can off corner exit, barely lifting off the throttle at all. Race is really settling in now. You do have to lift just a little bit, but the less you can, the better. Here comes Logan Cloud sniffing for a move on third underneath that 78 of Taylor Fry. Can he make a move down here into turn 3? Let's watch. Ooh, not quite. Possibly a late corner look from the 58. Fry off the gas a little bit more, and I think Cloud's going to set him up down here to turn 1. That is, if John Dilks doesn't get there. Here comes Dilk, a big head of steam. 2 cars punch a bigger hole in the air than 1, and here comes Dilks to the inside, possibly looking to get them both. Oh, Cloud threw it into turn 1, had to lift off the gas, and Dilks takes that spot away. Mitchell Collins currently has the final transfer spot. Will Parrish has slipped outside the top 12. And look at this for the lead. Here comes Aiden Martin in the 26 with a big head of steam through 3 and 4. Trying to battle with the Penske duo that's caught together. Both Penske cars in the LCQ. And boy, for the Roush cars, 2 of them made it in. 3 of them are in the LCQ. And Martin, I think, is the only one in the top 12 right now. Yeah, because Morris is going to be... Morris is way down the order. Jeez. Brandon is just losing all of his time. And Rowe not feeling too much pressure. Rowe and Collins pretty far away from Parrish and Earl Smith right now. Look back up to the front. John Dilks in the lead. Here comes Mac Johnson trying to take second back from Aiden Martin. And these guys might settle in. Ooh, Mac has to lift up Fry. Oh, that's big. He hits the wall. He hits the wall. I don't know how much time he's going to lose. He's going to fall back to about at least 8th or 9th. Looks like 8th for the 78. If he can get in line, recover, he might be fine. He might not be at risk at falling out of this one. Martin back to 2nd. Jansen recovering nicely. Tim Foster going to be caught by Logan Cloud and Priya McShane. 3 wide down the back straightaway this time by. Coming around, 6 to go next time by in the LCQ. Foster, you don't want to walk it up the hill. Priya McShane, big corner checkup. That's going to hold up to 78. Foster keeps it off the wall nicely. And now, Parrish putting the pressure back on. Can he sneak into the top 12 once again and upset Collins, Rowe, Freeman Jr., Austin Johnson? Here comes Parrish to the inside of the 30 and the 38. Oh, he's pushing up the hill. He's really pushing up the hill. There's contact. He's hooked into the outside wall. Parrish out. Rowe's out. And do they catch anyone else? Sam Picard, where are you going? Oh, look out. Look out. Everybody dodging to avoid. Delgado has to hit the wall. They're wrecking up front. They're wrecking up front. Charles. Oh, Charles. Just ran straight to the back of Alexander Rowe. All the race has just been turned on its head. Rowe's out. Picard's out. Sanford. Will Parrish is done. Earl Smith is in now. Collins is still in, but Collins is heavily damaged. Aiden Smith, Alex, a bunch of these guys have a chance now because Will Parrish made a mistake, and it's going to cost big time for himself. And Alexander Rowe has got to be furious. Sam Picard had nowhere to go. Charles Sanford took a hard hit. We have more replays to take. Can they get this race restarted in time? It's lap 21 at 25. I don't know if they can get this race green in time. There's a ton of debris down there on the back straightaway. Sanford laid down a ton of fluid. I think Picard was laying fluid down as well. Yeah, Picard's laying fluid around the whole racetrack. I don't know if they can get this restarted in time. We'll get a replay, folks. Big accident here at Fontana. We saw with John Dilks a few laps before. These cars get 2x2 going down into turn 1. It punches such a big hole in the air. Parrish takes the run, but the car does not stick. Like we said, he's on those worn tires from earlier. Gets hooked. Hard hit. Bad angle into the outside wall for Parrish. The 9 and the 30 are completely done, but Sam Picard just nowhere to go and just has to just drive straight into the 9. He really had no other option other than just nailing Parrish because he had so many cars to his inside and he couldn't check up probably without losing it and hitting him anyway, so he just closed his eyes and prayed, I guess. But Will Parrish, after what looked like a big recovery drive after spinning in that lap 1 incident, is done. Now we need to watch what happens with Alexander Rowe and Charles Sanford here, because Parrish gets hooked, you know, stuck in the outside wall, hits the 38 again. I mean, Rowe had probably terminal damage to begin with anyways, but he comes down the hill, this big pack of cars, and... Oh no, Andrescu! Gavril hit him! Gavril hit the 38, that's why there's so much smoke, and that's why Sanford had nowhere to go. There was smoke from the 38 and the 50 getting together, and that's why Charles drove right into the back of Rowe. He probably couldn't see where he was going. And Rowe drives it back, but that 38, the Ralph's Ford, is completely done for. And it's a tough break because Rowe was running pretty respectably. He was going to make it in before Parrish got into him and Collins. An onboard look here with the Jimmy Dean Pontiac, Mitchell Collins. Parrish just came out of nowhere and was carrying so much speed. Big hit there. He's just carrying so much speed, nowhere to go. And that's going to... The 30's already damaged. And it's going to hurt him even more. So I'm not sure if Collins will be able to keep it in the top 12 if this thing goes back green. If it goes back green. Sam Picard's angle of things. He's letting off. He's letting off. He's trying to get down. But the car just won't go down. Oh, Parrish was just like 2 more feet further down the racetrack. Boy, everybody had a big avoidance there to split the 33. But no, if Parrish was just probably a foot away, Picard would have snuck through that with a great avoidance. And there's Sanford. We're going to get a look with him next. California cockpit cam. Charles Sanford. What is his view? A ton of smoky, just, oh. He wasn't, it looked like the 38 was just trying to save it, and Charles just had no clue where to go. The 38 was just so loose there on the middle of the back straightaway. If Charles was going to go left, you'd probably think, oh, Rowe would dart left or dart right if he darted right. And he ran out of time and just pile drove the back of Alexander Rowe. Well, after some dramas here late in the last chance qualifier, let's see if this one can get restarted or not. Be back in a moment. Well, folks, welcome back to the last chance qualifier here for the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. This will be the moment of truth. Could we get a one-lap shootout to end the LCQ? Or will this thing end under caution after a big wreck down in turns 1 and 2 that ended up carrying down the back straightaway? Like we suspected. Andrescu, Rowe, Picard, Sanford, and Parrish all done for the day. Currently in the show, Dilks, Johnson, Martin, Jansen, Cloud, McShane, Fry, Foster, Johnson, Freeman Jr., Earl Smith, and Mitchell Collins. This thing goes green. I don't know if Mitchell Collins has the car to stay in the field. Do the lights go out on the Pontiac pace car? And that they do. We're going to have a one-lap shootout here from Fontana. Oh boy. Mitchell Collins, that is not what he wants to see. That is not what a driver like Austin Johnson, Ricky Freeman Jr., Earl Smith, they want to see. But if you're Aiden Smith, if you're Alex Constantine, you're AJ Jones, you're Spencer Anderson, Brandon Morris, Jacob Edson, maybe even Zachary Fitzwater. If you're any of those guys, that is what you want to see. I think Ben Nielsen on back, all of those drivers are too damaged to make it in. Or they're simply going to be too far back unless there is a massive accident. And if there is, you make it in and you don't have like terminal damage, you can repair your car. You have a fresh, full, up-to-pace car for the main event. We'll have to see. I don't know what Collins can do. His car was wounded beforehand. Drove it up. He had right side damage already, but now he's got heavy right side damage. The front end is damaged. He probably has... That engine is probably not going to be up to all like 8 cylinders. It's not going to be at full max horses. There's no way, after taking the hit he did with Parrish and Rowe, that 30 car is going to have the speed. And I don't think he can block a dozen cars. There's no way. But underdog moments in sport has happened many times before. The unthinkable has happened, so Collins can easily prove me wrong. Penske 1-2. John Dilks, Mac Johnson. They're not racing for a front row spot. All they have to do is race it into the show. We're back green. One final lap in the last chance qualifier. Here we go. And Collins is slow. Yep, Collins is slow. He's gonna hold Morris up. He's gonna hold a bunch of people up. AJ Jones stuck on the high side. That's not what he wants. Up at the front, Aiden Martin going to get pushed back just a little bit. Felix Jansen looking to use inside. But if you're Austin Johnson, you're Earl Smith, you got to be worried here. Aiden Smith's coming on the inside. Constantine's coming. This could get interesting. John Dilks, Mac Johnson holding down a Penske 1-2, and that's what it looks like as they come to the line. Felix Jansen's going to push up. Austin Johnson's going to push up. Johnson's into the outside wall. That's going to put possibly Spencer Anderson into this show. I think Anderson's going to be in, and Johnson's going to be out. Morris, I think, just missed it. No! Anderson's out because Constantine snuck in right under my nose. Alex Constantine's in. Aiden Smith's in. We got a caution. Dylan Young, heavy damage. Mitchell Collins, heavy damage. Oh, more insult to injury. Dylan Young not going to make it to the finish of this one. Edson is involved in whatever happened. I thought Spencer Anderson had made it, but I did not see that the 16 of Alex Constantine just worked the bottom. He got past Aiden Smith. From what I had seen, Aiden Smith was in, and he was going to be 12th or 11th. But no, Constantine was ahead of Smith the whole time. So that's really good for Alex Constantine. Does that? No, all 5 Roush cars did not make it because Brandon Morris just shy of the show. Spencer Anderson, that's really tough. Austin Johnson was in the show till he blew turn 3 and 4 and just killed the wall. Let me see what happened to Dylan Young before we get your results. Okay, well, Dylan Young just Hail Marys it here through 3 and 4. Last gasp, desperation effort, and he gets into the 43. So this wasn't even Collins doing, but Young nails the outside wall with a 30 and the 43. Just not helping their days any. Edson, another hard lick to the outside wall, but Dylan Young kind of gave up at the end of that one and just literally threw it away. I do want to take a look, see what Austin Johnson did, and figure out where Alex Constantine was in all of that to get him in the show and Johnson to miss it. All right, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Aiden Smith throwing it 3 wide on the 60 and 21. This is for 11th. Smith probably doesn't really know where he is, and he thinks he probably still has to make this move to get into the field. Johnson checking up because he knows he's on the high side, but he needs to keep as much gas as he can in it. Aiden putting a ton of gas into the 89, really slides up the hill, pressuring the 60 and the 21. He lifts off. That's where Constantine comes through. He slips underneath the 89 to take 11th. But now Austin Johnson, trying to keep his foot in it, knows he can't give up the space, just has to throw it in the wall and hope. But it slows him down too much. Smith gets by, Constantine gets by, and Johnson's out, and they're in. Crossing the line, because we did not see it on the broadcast. It's a Penske 1-2. John Dilks and Mac Johnson comfortably make the field. So here's your results. Top 12 are in Dilks, Johnson, Martin, Jansen, Cloud, Freeman, Fry, Foster, McShane, Earl Smith, Constantine, and Aiden Smith. Everyone out. This was a pretty dramatic last chance qualifier. We had a bunch of incidents. Well, we only had 3 incidents technically, but they were some big ones. Some big hits were taken. And yeah, we'll have to see how the main fares, 50 laps of action, are up next, folks.
The Christmas season once again is here. Santa been selected the man of the year. The hip-hop job is the well-known fact. Now 1-900-909 rap. Yes, Santa's got the word. And it's better than toys. My own rap, my skills and boys. For Christmas, fresh out of Santa's stack. Now 1-900-909 rap. So pick up your phone, sit back, relax, and listen. Kids, before you dial, get your parents' permission. Yo, call right now and share Santa's hip-hop holiday. $2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute.
Introducing the intense flavor of Fritos Racers, shaped like Jeff Gordon's race car with a crunch just as loud. Mom! New Fritos Racer snacks, built to crunch.
I got the latest, greatest music with 24 days to go. A book on Eastern tunics with 23 days to go. I picked up all the hottest toys, a digital camera I enjoy. Finished all my shopping with 21 days to go.
And now, thanks to Amazon.com,
I'm sucking down the eggnog with 20 days to go. Practicing my yoga with 19 days to go. Nothing else to do today but worry about Y2K. Soaking in a bubble bath with 15 days to go.
Well, folks, it is time for the main event, the feature. 50 laps ahead of us here from the California Speedway, the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic itself. 42 cars. Here's your lineup. Like we mentioned, after the heat races, the coin flip winner went to heat number 1, so Jesse Turner has the edge over Roger Ray. Behind them, it is a complete random draw, random assortment. So guys from the LCQ can be wherever. Guys from the heats can be wherever. Let's run down your field. DJ Reed and Nelson Reeves, row 2. More Roush cars. And you have the 55 of Kev Shear and the 23, Jake Galloway. Brad Cheston, another former winner, just a few spots behind Galloway, and Rose Henson to his inside. Shade Eves in the 3 and William Duncan in the 97. Then it's Dusty Neal and Stephen Colon. Zachary DeLello, Adam Mitchell, Logan Cloud, Alex Constantine, Diego Yepes, Aiden Smith, Carter Friesen, and Stevie Wallace. Ash Jacobson and Priya McShane, a row of females in the midfield. And then it is Ben Crouch, the deepest starting former winner, and the 7 of Zachary Bilson. Aiden Martin and Vince Freeze, the 10 of Antoine Smith, and the 2 of Mac Johnson. So good in the LCQ. We'll see how he can do from deep in the field. Felix Jansen, Patrick Smith, Benny King, Larry Hagan in the 62, Tib Foster, and Earl Smith. Ricky Freeman Jr., Gatlin Downey. 72, Samit Ozkan. The 93 of Tyler McAllister. Taylor Fry and John Dilks, very strong in the LCQ. They're starting deep in the field. Final row of the grid, Luke Evans and Preston Emmons. Let's get these engines fired up. Folks, it's time for the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic.
Drivers, start them engines!
Well, as the field roars to life, we should mention pit stops because we have not seen those today. Your fuel window is around, ballpark is just over 20 laps, so you need 2 pit stops to finish this race. The cautions fall. It could be fuel mileage. We'll have to wait and see. Could we see split strategy? Easily. As Shade Eves doesn't know where he wants to go. Maybe saying one word to William Duncan there, or... Well, Adam Mitchell's not his son, even if it's the 3 and the 8, but... Something. He's good. He's in line. The whole field's in line. I'm ready. I hope everyone at home's ready. I've had a lot of fun making this, and I hope the main is just as good as the action that we have seen in the 3 races before it. Here we go. Jesse Turner leads them down. Green flag is out. The Butterball Thanksgiving Classic underway. Slamming it down into turns 1 and 2. Very tight. Kev Shear, Brad Cheston, a lot of cars pushing up. Roger Ray going to lose a lot of ground on the high side, pushing up the hill in the 00. It's Turner and Galloway looking to break out front as it is a hornet's nest behind them. William Duncan, Adam Mitchell trying to make up ground on the bottom. Dusty Neal passing cars through the middle, and this is going to get dicey here in 3 and 4. Oh, man, Reeves into the wall. Reeves is into the wall big time, as well as Cheston. That's a former winner into the wall. Really hurts. He knows how to drive this track, just got caught in the wrong place, wrong time. Still 3, 4 wide, down into turn 1. Hold your breath, folks. Wallace, the 87, pushing up like we saw into the heat. They were all over the place, I think. I think it was with the 75 of Luke Evans that they collided with. But, geez, another close call. There's Reed. A late block on Logan Cloud. He won't be happy about that one. Single file pulling away at the front. Roger, try and keep it down, buddy. He will. Looks like we are clean off the corner this time by. A lot of position changes are to be had here early on. Jesse Turner trying to pull away. Jake Galloway looking for his second classic victory. It's the Battle of Tobacco. Winston versus Kodiak right now. Oh, one car into the wall. That's Roger Ray. Has been trying to run that very high line. A lot of marbles up there. I mean, they sweep the track after the sessions, but there's just no grip up there. And Roger, oh, he caught the wall again, I think, on corner entry. That's really going to cost him just so much time in that double zeros. They are very packed up back here. Brad Cheston, Tip Foster nearly making contact. Did Ben Crouch hit the wall? Two of the three former winners here in Butterball Classics have hit the wall here early off of turn 4. Not a good trend if you're second place Jake Galloway, that's for sure, as the front seems to be calming down. And speaking of Galloway, he's going for the lead. Jake Galloway, the Brit, looking to take it here, looking to take back American soil. Jake Galloway to the race lead as Henson dodging underneath the 41. Can't quite get it there. Henson and Neal, look at that, they're close. Oh boy, Stevie Walsh hit the wall. DJ Reed lucky not to get a piece of that as well. Can Turner get Galloway back, this time by in a 1. Can't quite do it. Still very close to the back of the 23 as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Jesse Turner looking into turn 3. Does he throw it up or does he hold it in? Oh, can't quite get there. He's going to have a run off the corner though. Oh, he backed out of it. Oh, he doesn't know where to go. And Henson, Rose said thank you very much for the opportunity. And look at that. 3 wide for the race lead now. Down into turn 1. Ooh, we saw the LCQs 3 wide can get very dicey here in the corners, especially right at the front of the field. Oh! They made it work. They made it work. Now it's 2 by 2 up at the front. Everybody taking a minute to catch their breath after that one. Now Dusty Neal said, all right, 1 breath's enough. I'm throwing it 3 wide. Oh! But he can't do it. He can't do it. He has to check up massively. And now Rose and Turner pull away. Galloway had to check up as well. Oh, just breathtaking racing. Adam Mitchell hit the wall, by the way. He's going to lose some time. We're pretty spread out now. This is nice. Hopefully we can calm down. Oh, we got more cars into the wall. I think Dilks has hit it. Oh, Reeves hit it. Aiden Smith hit it. That's just 3 wide back here. Roger has gone from like second to last. Aiden Martin also way down the order. Vince Freeze as well. Tough. They don't want to be down there. Rose to the lead. Turner second. Duncan takes 3rd away. Neal walking up the racetrack. He keeps it off the wall, though. Look at this. Manson Motorsports. Carter Freeze in this 85. Look at that. Not a single sponsor other than the team logo on that car and contingencies. They're in the top 10. Just awesome. Awesome racing. Feeling the pressure once again from Jesse Turner. We're going to take a lap or 2 on board with William Duncan. And we're going to go on board with him as he throws it 3 wide for the lead. Look at this move out of Willie D. Oh, he's not going to get either of them, though. Oh, it was a good move. It just did not stick. And now here comes Galloway. Ooh, when you get that clear, Galloway just slid right up as soon as he heard that. But Duncan said, I want that run. I want 3rd place back into turn 3. Does he have the momentum this time through the corner? Sends it in. And he's got the position back just like that. We're going to see Galloway trade it back here down into turn 1. It's great racing up here. But Galloway's got his mirror full of Logan Cloud. You can barely see it through the back windshield of the 23. Down into the corner. Any of them making a move. Any of them looking Does not look like it. Top 5, all single-filed, all bundled up. But look at this, big racing back here. Zachary Bilson pulling away from Adam Mitchell, Priya McShane now. Earl Smith was caught 3 wide back there. Bunch of black, red, and white cars here. You got the 78, the 28, the 60, the 3, the 93 almost. Hey, 71 too. Or, excuse me, that's the 72. The low of the 71's got camo. There, speaking of, there's the 71. It's Carter. Maybe hold my breath for a second. And up at the front, not bundled up so more. Here we go. 2 by 2 this time, down into 1. Field really spread out now. No real incidents. Plenty of close calls, but no incidents so far yet in this one. Should be approaching pit stops in just about 10 laps as we're single file once again up front. Rose doing a good job of controlling. We're going to get a flyby static off of 4 here. Watch the whole field go by. Ash Jacobson, I think, got the wall there. It was at least pretty close to it. Reeves down the order now. Let's see if we can find that 45. No side damage, if not much, as Ozkin. Holy crap, dude. Samet, just no lift through the corner. He's lucky that stick. Probably going to cause him some tire wear. Is now Cheston. Cheston loses more time. Did he catch the wall there off of 2? Vince. Is Vince going to throw it 4 wide into the corner? He thought about it. Vince Freeze really thought about it. Look at Steven Cologne. Just no lifting it there through 3 and 4. That's going to allow Patrick Smith to get up at the inside. I mean, this is down into the 30s and the racing is still good. This entire field is just racing. It's just incredible. Ben Crouch, former winners, caught back here, not where the 5 wants to be. Duncan's taking the lead. Cloud's up to 2nd. Rose back down to 5th. Bilson's broken away from the group behind, looking to make it a 6-way up at the front. Jesse Turner showed he could get it done in a heat race. Can he get it done here in the main event? Looking for 2nd on Logan Cloud. Walking up the hill, Galloway caught Turner in just an awful spot of the corner. That's going to allow Rose to catch back up in the 25, try and get underneath the Brit. Duncan looking to pull away in the 97. Duncan and Reeves were so good in their heat race, but Reeves caught in the back. Duncan at the front again. Back up through the field once more. Mac Johnson and John Dilks, they found each other. They worked themselves to 1-2 in what was the last chance qualifier. Can they do it today? A lot of work ahead of him. Carter has slipped back. He's outside the top 10 now. I think he's down somewhere in the mid-teens. No, he's outside of the top 20, actually. So Carter's lost a ton of time in the 85. Battling there with Jansen and Luke Evans. Racy once more up at the front. Bilson's caught this pack. It's 3 wide for 4th. Make it work. Look at this. Gatlin Downey. Downey. Oh my goodness gracious. Gatlin Downey. Oh, if he's a cat, he lost probably 3 of his 9 lives there. That, I don't know if that can be topped as the closest call of the night. Whew. Gatlin is a lucky man. Top 2 broken away after those shenanigans that Rose and Bilson were causing. Cloud looking for 2nd at 58. The 58 and the 59, I don't know if they were teammates. They both ran Hollywood video cars in the 99, but Turbine Solutions jumped on. I know Cloud loves his turbines, so no surprise that he hopped into the 58. Honestly, I don't remember the team this was, but I know Mark Gibson owned the 59, and that's why I'm thinking I'm not exactly sure if it's the same as the 58 is or not. But yeah, this is a fairly slow car in real life, but doing a good job here tonight. Love to see it. Ignore the fact everybody's equal ratings, right? And the trifecta has been hit. It was just a little bit of a kiss, a nip, if you will. Galloway hit the wall for 4, just like the other 2 Butterball winners have in the past. DJ Reed working his way up now. Not a battle of the top 5 anymore. It's the top 2, and now a little cluster here in the mid-10s and mid-single digits. I'm not exactly sure what you call it. Cloud has it for now. Bilson looking underneath the 25 should have it easily. Reed might follow through as well on his Ford. Reed and Reeves teammates on Roush. Just noticed that as Priya walking it up the racetrack. Ain't quite too. What's the fall off looking like? Okay, we're nearing a second of fall off, I'd say, for most of these cars. Just looking, little sample size in the midfield. Up at the front, Turner hounding the back of the 97. Turner running a little bit higher that time through 1 and 2. Seeing what he can do there. Jesse trying to get all that he can all over the back of the 97. Do we see a look for the race lead into 3? Yes, we do. Here comes Turner, a big head of steam, rolling through 3 and 4. He can't clear. Duncan with the big run off the top side. It's going to be neck and neck. Duncan fully clear, though. Yes. Neck and neck for third between the 58 and the 17. Cloud has it over DJ. Reed, one of the many Californians in this race. We'll mention that till the end of time. As Turner still looking to reel in Duncan for this one. Everybody single file for the most part behind them. It's really going to chase down the top 2. Kind of rubber banding. It ebbs and flows, up and down, whatever you want to call. Cause and effect. You know what I'm trying to say. It goes back and forth between big groups of cars and small groups of cars throughout this field. Draft is just that powerful here. It doesn't look like it's a 2-mile track. These guys should be more spread out, but the way these cars are set up, the way these cars are organized, just puts on some incredible drafting racing. Take a look again at some of the guys running midfield. Ricky Freeman Jr. there, Carter Friesen there. Neal really fell down the order. Mac Johnson, John Dilks, they've gotten separated. Dilks, I'm not sure where Dilks is. I think he's fallen back, yeah. There's Cologne, Foster, Jansen, Patrick Smith, Cheston, Earl Smith, Constantine, Larry Hagan, the 62, Benny King in the 94. We haven't mentioned him about anything tonight, other than running pretty good in the heat. Oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah, there's Dilks toward the back with Aiden Smith and Nelson Reeves. As Reeves hits the wall again. Oh man, just can't get it. I think it's because it's gotten later in the night. Just that car's not stuck. Missed another lead change. Turner's gotten it. Here comes DJ Reed in the 17, looking to follow. And Bilson, look at this for third. We're going to go on board, I think, with the 17 for a lap or 2. Oh, pit stops. Turner's pitting. Looks like the 25's pitting, the 97's pitting as well. So those are the big undercutters. Some of the fastest cars today undercutting here as the pit cycle begins. Bilson for the race lead there, but I do want to take a look back. Someone was on the apron. I don't know if it was the 8. Someone was on the apron, it looked like. I don't know what they were doing, but obviously they gathered it all up. Everybody else coming down into the pits, still neck and neck for the race lead. Do both of these drivers duck down pit road? Does Bilson duck down pit road? The 7 is lifting. Bilson's in. Cloud's in. Galloway's in. Oh, he's going to pass the low on it. No, Reed. Reed says, no, I'm going to come in. Hey, guys, I'm coming in. He's going to beat Bilson on a pit road. Wow. Oh, Bilson not too happy about that. You saw gave him a love tap there. Is everyone in? Is anybody staying out? I think the entire rest of the field is in on this lap. No, Ash Jacobson all by her lonesome, staying out, pushing it to 23 laps. That's not going to be enough for a one-stop, though. Duncan ahead of Turner, ahead of Rose, ahead of McShane. The 3 and the 46. Roger Ray getting damage repair there in the 00. And pit road is a busy place. Where there's the 17. He's going to be ahead of the 7. So, Lime, or, excuse me, DJ Reed ahead of the 7, Bilson, ahead of Galloway. Cloud looking to get ahead of Galloway, ahead of DeLello, 91, 77, 28, 72, and 55 real close. There might be side by side. Now Kev gives him the position. They're going to be 3 wide off of pit road deep in the field. Dustin Neal, Brad Chess, and Alex Constantine. Is that the 45 staying out again? No. No, I don't know what car I saw, but the 45 is in comfortably. Doesn't look like we'll get a mid-cycle caution. I don't know who I saw that was running around. Maybe it was the 94. Where's everyone cycled out? Okay, so it's gonna be the 17 and the 7. Reed and Bilson ahead of Duncan. Duncan's gonna run down the 7 here. There's Turner. There's Cloud. So it seems like the middle cut worked better than the overcut. I mean, the overcut. Ooh. excuse me, worked better than the undercut. Well, Ash might be okay. I think Ash is going to gain a few spots here in the 45. You can merge up in time. Look out, Patrick Smith. This car is running a little bit slower than you are. All right, they're fine. Rhea kind of slow there, but it does not seem like the undercut really worked compared to like the middle cut. Like Duncan did okay, Turner did okay, but Rose lost ground compared to Downey and DeLello. Galloway as well. I think Jake lost a few spots, it seems like. We're halfway, by the way. But yeah, some big position changes here. Eves made up a ton of time, it looked like. Kev sliding around on cold tires. The 8 lost a lot, but I think the 8 had to repair damage. I don't really know if anybody lost a lot. Just didn't seem like much of a position shuffle here. Antoine Smith, great job keeping it off the wall there. Vince Freeze might be lap traffic. Aiden Smith, Nelson Reeves, they're going to be lap traffic here soon. We're going to take a quick commercial break now that the pit cycle is over. We'll get you back to the second half of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic right after this.
Turn up the fun with Ballsack. Turn it up. Put the Ballsack balloon in the sack. Blow it up now. Give it a whack. Turn up the fun with Ballsack. Hit it. Pour some water too. I fly real crazy now. Ain't that cool? Turn up the fun with Ballsack. Check it out. And here's my little buddy, the Ballsack brat.
Us two Ballsacks are where it's at.
This is Brett. Turn up the fun with Ballsack. Turn up the fun with Ballsack.
To you, Coors to you, Coors to you this holiday. The best of the Rockies is yours. Coors to you this holiday.
The clean, fresh taste of the Rockies, 12 at a time, from Coors, all the way to you.
The best of the Rockies is yours.
Usually, the first question is, how much power has it got? Well, it's pretty amazing. We're talking over 30 grams of delicious Butterball protein, plus turkey bacon, cheese, and don't forget the heat. Get the Butterball Victory Lap Sandwich. Nothing beats Butterball, the choice of turkitarians.
Welcome back, folks, here to the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Just a few laps have ticked by. You haven't missed much. It's the 17 of DJ Reed out front over Zachary Bilson, William Duncan, and Jesse Turner. Here we go, though, for the race lead. Looks like we've got some activity back here between the 7 and the 17. Bilson looking to take it away from Reed. These two were battling it out just before pit stops, and now they're back up front, side by side once again. Duncan's proven so strong, though. Look at this. A big move to the inside on the 97. Can he get both of them in one corner? He's going to pass his teammate in Reed, though. He can't quite get by Bilson just yet. Going to slot in line, possibly. Yeah, sort of in line. Gets in the line a little bit late down into the corner. Kind of left the door open, possibly for Reed to get a counterattack here through 3 and 4. Diving. Not there. Not there. Hold in line, bide your time. You got lappers coming eventually in Aiden Smith and Nelson Reeves if they can catch them. Further on back, they are racing here throughout the rest of the top 10. This is the rest of the top 10 right here. Between the 91, the 15, the 71, the 58, the 25, and the 23. Further on back, you have Patrick Smith, Preston Emmons, Samad Ozcan, the 77, Diego Yepes, Luke Evans, Adam Mitchell, Kev Shearer, Ash Jacobson, Shade Eves, kind of just hanging out midfield. Then you have another group of cars, kind of slower. Mac Johnson, Taylor Fry, Ricky Freeman Jr., Stevie Wallace, Aiden Martin, and Tim Foster. Haven't been able to do much here in the main, at least. Larry Hagan, Earl Smith, Antoine Smith, Tyler McAllister, Alex Constantine, and Brad Cheston. have not had the cars at all in the feature here tonight. Dusty Neal, Carter Friesen, Felix Jansen. Those three were all up front at some points, but they've slipped back. Benny King hasn't done a whole lot since his heat. Same with the 24 of Stephen Colon. John Dilks all by his lonesome. The 5 of Ben Krause is 00. Roger Ray should be running pretty good, but they've both gotten damaged tonight and it's really slipped down the order. Really tough for Ray. Not only is California, is that he was a heat winner. Just hasn't been able to do anything after that. Vince Freeze got the wall early on, has not recovered at all. And then the 99 and the 89, Reeves and Smith, got the wall running up front and just fallen further and further back. Falling back, Duncan's got, looks like he got passed both for second and third by the 17 and the 41. So he's back to fourth right now. Still all in a line. Duncan looking possibly to get back third here on Turner. These two have just been duking it out all main long. We are under 20 to go here in Fontana. Downey and McShane looking to pull away as this group kind of gets a little bit more spread out here in the rest of the top 10. But they're almost 4 seconds back to the leader. Really, if anybody outside the top 4 has a run for this, they either need to wait for a big mistake on the second round of pit stops coming closer to lap 45 or a caution. If there's a caution, everybody would be coming down pit road and getting their final service. Freer is going to take 5th away from Downey. And even if you're these guys, you might be able to close if they start battling up here in the top 10. You might be able to run them down. Like Smith, this group might be able to run them down. I don't know about Ash or the 3 and the 8. I see those two running together, but I don't know if they can catch the top 10 unless this group really gets separated. I think they are catching them. Pretty similar lap time, so they won't be catching them a whole lot. Back up to the front. Turner's gotten second, but Reed's trying to get that back. Basically, if you're outside of the top 4, though, you need a caution if you want a shot at this one. And these guys can't race too hard. I mean, yeah, they want to race hard. They want the best track position, but if you put yourself in an accident, you just cost yourself so much. Duncan working to the inside of the 41 rule, really pushing up. Almost commentator's curse there. Talking about accidents, almost got one there between the 97 and the 41. Turner probably not too happy about that, but Duncan, tires wearing a little bit again. Fall-offs kicking in for this round of cycle. And yeah, these cars will be slip-sliding around just a little bit more. Lowe going 3 wide for 8th. Look at this. Oh my gosh, Zachary. A little bit too close for comfort right there. And for the lead, here comes Reed in the 17. And Bilson do a crossover down into turn 1. Let's go on board the Phillips Chevy. And if those lappers keep running side by side, this can give leaders just more incentives to run them down. Here comes the 7. Side by side in the top 4. Chevy versus Ford. Chevy's going to prevail. Look at Turner. Big run there off the corner. Exit. Looking now underneath the 17. Ooh, Duncan getting feisty behind the 41, though. Let's take a look at how this is going here. 41, 17, 97. Really tight. That's what Bilson wants to see. He wants to drive away from these three if they can keep battling. 15 to go. 14 to go. And Reeves and Aiden, they're still swapping positions. Everyone's still out there on the track. That's the battle for 41st right in front of these leaders. Will they run them down? Will they be a factor in determining the outcome of this one? Remember, we still have a pit stop. Downey and McShane still tight for 5th. They've broken away from this group of 4. Patrick Smith sort of running them down. No, he's still got like 2 seconds away. But that like third group, I'd say, has been pretty fractured now. What's the 8? Oh, the 8's up here. Adam's past people. My bad. Cycling through the field once again. Ray and Crouch, I mean, they're so far away from anybody else on track. They're just having some fun, just racing it out. They got to do something. I mean, just running around. It's got to get tiring after a while. And these two are side by side once again. The 17 ahead of the 97. And I'm telling you, they're going to run them down at some point by the rate this is going. Maybe it's going to be pit stops. Maybe they cycle outright with them. But I think these cars are still relatively fast. They do have a little bit of damage, but they might be able to contend. Turner now to the inside of Bilson. And we mentioned those two. It would be the 91 and the 15. Looked like they had gotten separated a little bit. Now that group is all back together there for fifth on back. Downey looking to drive away. Rose looking to drive away. But DeLello, Cloud, Galloway, McShane, Priya especially, not letting them go too far. They're all over the place here up at the front. Turner couldn't quite clear the 7. He will down into 1. It's going to give some space for DJ Reed here to get to the inside to take back second and possibly make a look for the lead. Bilson had to check up. That's going to give Duncan some momentum to get back into third. Neck and neck down the back straightaway. Jesse Turner versus DJ Reed. Bilson says, I don't want to deal with Duncan. I'm going to try and make a move here to the inside. It's not going to stick nearly into the side of the 41. That was tight. Turner has to chase it up the hill. They're not going to catch these two before pit stops. 10 to go from California. This one has remained clean. Well, we saw it last year. There was, I think, only one, maybe two cautions at Texas. Oh my goodness, Duncan. That looked really close from the camera angle. It might have, I don't think it was as close as what Downey did earlier on in the race, but that was still, oh, making us jump out of our seats all across the globe, wherever you're watching this from. But yeah, Texas remained pretty clean. Michigan, the first time we were at California, it was wild. Michigan was wild. Turner's in the wall! Turner's in the wall! Oh my God, I keep talking about incidents and they start to happen. This just totally changes the complexion of the top three because Jesse Turner's got damage and he's going to lose time. Reed's gone. They're lucky they have another pit stop. Otherwise, I think Reed's driving away with this one. It's going to be a second, probably second and a half the next time by. They have to get organized. They have to get organized and run back down the 17 before they pit. Reed, I'd say do an undercut, but it's shown that it doesn't really work. It's shown that the undercuts just lose you time. Yeah. First California was chaos. Michigan was chaos. Texas Symmetrical had some big wrecks, but it was calm. And now this one's been pretty calm. Oh, this group's separated once again. They don't... Oh, big group of cars. Now, they're chasing them down. They're kind of chasing this fifth group on down. Priya... Did Priya pit? I think Priya McShane is down pit road. Priya McShane, Patrick Schmidt down pit road. The cycle has started. Cycle has started. What does the top four do? That's who we're going to be watching like hawks. They come around. Does DJ Reed pit? No. He's not pitting. Duncan is. Turner is. Turner's going to lose time. I think they pit damage. No. It's a fake out. Once again, Reed committing very late to pit road. And Bilson is going to lose time, I think, all by his lonesome. Downey staying out. The 71 staying out. Someone else is staying out. Shear, a bunch of these guys back here. I wonder how far Jacobson can go. I wonder if Ash can go to about lap 46, maybe even 47. Hoping for a late race caution. But if we get a caution now, it'd trap people a lap down. It would be such a mess. Reed's down and away. Duncan taking tires here. Going to be down and away soon. Where does he come out in relation to the 17? Packing fuel in that 97. You don't need a lot of it, though. He's going to come out neck and neck. They're going to come out side by side. Oh, watch this off of pit road. Turner still getting some damage repair. Where does the 41 come out? Down and away, down and away. They're not giving him the signal, and he is going to be held in his box. Rose is going to beat him out. Galloway's going to beat him out. Eves is going to beat him out, and yeah, they needed to make sure those fenders were clear on that 41. Heartbreaking. But look at this! Reed must have pinched Duncan off. What happened on pit exit? Reed is gone. Reed is gone compared to the 97. So Cloud came in fairly late. Ash is pitting now. Ash is pitting now. Duncan. There's the 17. There's the 97. Between those two, everyone else really spread out. There's Turner way down the field. Oh, getting tight there between the 15 and the 3. Where's Zachary Bilson? Bilson all the way down here. Oh, Duncan lost a ton of time. I don't know what happened off pit exit, but I think Bilson's going to come out pretty close here to the 17 and the 7. This is going to be a 2-horse race for this one, it looks like. Reed's going to clear. Reed's going to clear, but Bilson's going to be right on him. Bilson's going to be right on. We have a race, folks. 4 to go this time by. It's going to be between Bilson and Reed. Duncan is going to be how far back? How far back's the 97? Almost 2 seconds. Cloud's going to be 4th. There's Galloway, everyone else. Any big losers other than Turner? I mean, DeLello lost some ground. DeLello lost a good amount of ground. I think the 77 lost some ground. Yeah, Turner lost some ground. Aiden Martin. Martin gained a bunch. Carter still down the order. One final look through everybody. And we have lappers. This is going to help Bilson because Reed drove away. But now we have lappers. Aiden Smith is going to hold up the 17 just a little bit. Give some more draft to the 7. We'll have to see what his teammate does too, because Nelson Reeves, you got to remember, 99-17, Roush Racing teammates. The 17 clears the 89. Bilson, Duncan's 3 seconds back now. Bilson almost like 2/3 of a second back. 6/10 back. He's probably going to be a second back if the 89 holds him up here, which he might. It seems like Aiden's going to be in the way of the 7 in a little bit. Bilson just can't time it out. Yeah, he can't get him on, or can't get underneath him off the corner. That's going to hold Bilson up and cost him time. How big's the gap? It's close. It's close. 4/10, 3 to go. There's time. A caution would end it. We haven't seen one yet. Zachary Bilson, a long-time veteran. I think he's been in many a Butterball Classic. I think he's been in all Butterball Classics. He's been at least, I want to say, 1 or 2 of them. He's a veteran of this. DJ Reed, I really believe he is a rookie. I believe he is a rookie to the Butterball Classic. Here, 2 to go, 5 miles remain at Fontana. The Californian versus the Pennsylvanian. Now, Reed has his teammate Nelson Reeves right in front of him. Reeves, does he help Reed, or does he hold up Reed? He's holding him up. Or unless Reed's trying to time this pass out perfectly to where it holds Bilson up, but Bilson might gain some time here through the corner. I think Bilson's going to have a run because look at the run Nelson Reeves got off the corner. Reed can't clear. Here comes Bilson. White flag at California. White flag in the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic presented by Kohl's. Here comes Zachary Bilson. A huge head of steam. A huge run through 1 and 2. Give the lead to the Phillips number 7. And Aiden Smith. Smith is going to prevent DJ Reed, excuse me, from making a move. Aiden's on the inside. I don't know if Reed can get there. He's not going to get there. The lappers are going to determine this one. And it's going to be Zachary Bilson and the number 7 bringing it home. He wins the 4th annual Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. In what was the cleanest classic we've seen yet, we see a dramatic finish. And boy, the Roush Racing team. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what DJ Reed could be thinking right now. He got held up not only by his teammate. His teammate wasn't a team player, Nelson Reeves, but also Aiden Smith was on his inside and helped the other Chevy win that one. Boy. Reed and Bilson, they put on a clinic at this field. It was really that top 4 until Turner hit the wall. Those 4 were the best cars out there today. And it's a shame that Turner's going to end up 23rd because those really should just be where the top 4 were. They were so good. And all right, that does it, folks. Let's take a look at your results. Zachary Bilson does it over DJ Reed. William Duncan third. Really good run from him. I mean, pretty slow on the pit stop. I will look at what happened on pit exit that cost Duncan so much time, but really good run for him. Logan Cloud, top 5 after going to the last chance qualifier. Really good for him. Downey 5th. Still, with just, that moment he had with trying to slide in the line there through 1 and 2. Probably about like lap 15-ish or so. I don't think I'll ever forget that. That was so close for comfort. Rose 6th, Galloway 7th. They were in the top 10 all day. Really good runs for them. Luke Evans comes home 8th. Solid. Kev Shearer 9th. Solid. Patrick Smith 10th. Solid. Eves 11th. DeLello 12th. Freeman, Jacobson, and Taylor Fry, your top 15. Taylor started pretty deep in the field, so good run for him. Ash, she had a good run, working that overcut. Gained her a few spots and ended up working out in the end. Ozkin, McShane, Mitchell, Yepes, and Mac Johnson, your top 20. Priya lost some ground. She was running battling Downey for 5th for a while there, but ends up outside the top 15. Preston Evans, Tim Foster didn't do a whole lot. Jesse Turner, 23rd, like we mentioned, just heartbreaking. That damaged late. He could have contended for the race win. McAllister, Antoine Smith, Stevie Wallace, Aiden Martin, Earl Smith, Carter Friesen. Then it's Brad Cheston, Benny King, Alex Constantine, Larry Hagan, Dusty Neal, Steven Colon, Felix Jansen, Ben Crouch, John Dilks, Roger Ray, Vince Freeze, Nelson Reeves, and Aiden Smith. 1 car lap down, and that would be Aiden. A pretty clean one. I mean, a bunch of people hit the wall off of 4, but that's expected to be happening at Fontana. Last chance qualifier was where all the wrecks were. But boy, battling for 50 straight laps for the race lead. You can't go wrong with that. Before we go, let's see the final pit stop. So Duncan exits his box right next to the 17, and they are neck and neck. And I mean, the apron's going to be only so wide, so I mean, one of them has to back out if you think about it. But watch what Reed does here. He cuts it down and he pinches Duncan. He pinches Duncan off so he has the room. Because otherwise they may have been able to make it work just for a little bit longer, but his white lines only go so far, and Duncan probably ended up having to check out more than he needed to, and it really cost him. Let's jump real quick to the finish. Watch the last lap or 2. This was 2 to go. And Reed here, he's right behind his teammate, Nelson Reeves. He's not really sure what he needs to do. He knows he wants to get by the 99, so the 99 can hold up the 7 here. He knows Bilson is strong. They've battled all race long. And Reed looks to the inside here. Looks like a great move, you know, as you do. But Reeves keeps his foot in the gas. He could have easily lifted, dropped back, held up the 7, could have got the teammate his victory. And here you go. Powers it off the corner. The 17 didn't stick. Just left the door open for Bilson right here to make the move. White flag is out. Bilson to the inside of the 17. Comfortably makes the pass. And then Aiden Smith here. Aiden doesn't want to be the only guy a lap down. But I mean, they should know better as lappers just to move out of the way. It's NR at its finest. You're going to have lappers just causing mayhem, but I think Reed would have been able to send it down in the 3 and 4 there if Aiden wasn't there. Wasn't the case. Bilson gets it done fair and square. And that'll do it for me, folks, from Montana. Congratulations again to Zachary Bilson. Thank you all for watching. I love doing this every year. I mean, it's really the only thing I do with my channel that much anymore. We might be getting the second ever UPS Unlimited in the coming months. Stay tuned for that. Enjoy the holidays, folks. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. I know all the Canadians already had it, but enjoy it anyways. Enjoy your Thursday, you know. I love y'all. See you next time.